Hello guys, welcome to Online Web Tutor. I am Sanjay. We are learning Laravel 8 framework tutorial. This is our part number 103. Inside this video, we will see the concept of how to do email verification in Laravel 8. And one more thing, that if you are interested to learn web development courses, so here we have the official website of skillshike.com. From this website, you can buy or enroll web development courses at a very reasonable price. So inside this video, we will see the concept of email verification. So first of all, we need to create a Laravel setup. We need to install some authentication package, and after that we will implement email verification process. So if I back to this blogging website, go inside, click on blog. Now inside this blog section, first of all I am clicking on this search icon and searching for, let's say, Laravel authentication. So press enter. After pressing enter, this keyword will find all the articles from this blogging website. If I scroll down, here we have API authentication using Laravel 8 Sanctum. Here we have role-based JWT. So we can actually integrate login and registration system in Laravel 8 application by means of three different processes. The first, using Jetstream with Inertia.js. Next, we have using Jetstream with Livewire. And the third process we have called authentication using Breeze. So for now, inside this video, we will use this Breeze tutorial to integrate login and registration process. So first of all, what we want from this video. If I open a new tab, we will create a setup. Inside this setup, we will have login and registration process. If we don't want to integrate email verification, so in that case, if we do any registration, it will not ask about any email verification. But if we want to integrate email verification process, then after registration, it will send an email to that email address. And we need to verify first. So we need to create a setup. In that setup, we need to integrate some Laravel authentication, so we will use Breeze for that. And after that process, we need to integrate email verification steps. So we will see all these steps inside this video. So if I back to browser, so I'm going to click on this article, Laravel 8 authentication using Breeze. Scroll down, this article is totally from scratch, means installation up to application testing. So here we have the composer command. So I will copy this composer command. This composer command is going to create a Laravel project. So I am copying back to terminal. Currently we are inside this Laravel folder, pasting it here. So instead of project name blog, let's say Laravel -mail. So if I press enter, we need to wait for a while because installation is in progress. So successfully, as we can see, that installation now has been installed. Now let's create a database. So if I back to browser, go inside this php-my-admin. So what I will do, let's say Laravel _mail. This is the name of database what we are creating. If I back to folder structure, and inside this folder structure, we should see that this is the setup what we have installed. So I will open this setup into VS Code editor. And as we can see that successfully we have imported our project into VS Code. So in the next step, what I will do, first of all, we need to connect our database with this application. So I will open .env file, it means environment variable file. And inside this, we need to search for db_connection. So right here inside these variables, we need to set our database name. So here we have Laravel _mail. Username is something admin. And in my case, the password is admin@123. In your case, it may be different. So after setting database, now if I back to blog article again, scroll down, now we need to install Breeze package. So here we have the composer command. So simply I will copy this command, go here. First of all, we need to go inside our setup. So Laravel this is a setup what we have created. So inside this setup, we need to run this composer command. So pressing enter, it will take some time because installation is in progress, and as we can see, the installation has been done now. If I back to browser, so next query we need to run call we need to install now Braze. So simply I will copy this command, back to terminal, pasting it here and press enter. In the next, as we can see that it has suggested that please execute npm install and npm run dev. Or if you go inside this blog article, the same command is written here. So I will copy, go here and pasting it here. We need to wait for a while because it will install all the necessary packages via npm, and also it will compile and bootstrap our application. So successfully, as we can see that now application has been done and all the necessary packages installed via npm, and it has compiled our application as well. Now the next step, simply if I type PHP Artisan, we need to run our migrate command so that it will run and migrate all the pending migrations and create table inside database. So as we can see that it is creating now tables. Go inside browser, database. So if I click on this structure or simply reload, so here we have 4 different tables. Now what I will do, simply go here and start development server. Let's see that what actually it has done. So simply PHP Artisan is serve, pressing enter, go here, and if I type the URL called 127 8000 port, so this is the landing page, and right here as we can see that we have 2 links. The first is all about login and register. This is available once we install Braze package inside our application. So if I click on this register, let's create few dummy user. So as we can see that we are creating a dummy user with these dummy details. Password is from 1 to 8. If I click on register, successfully as we can see that we have registered a dummy user inside this application. But what we want? Inside this video, we want an email verification process. What I mean, if I click on this logout button, once user register with these details like name, email and password, we need to send an email verification inside this email address. Once the user will verify the email address, then he or she will be logged into the dashboard. Otherwise, those users will not have any access to dashboard. So simply to implement email verification, first of all we need to set up our SMTP details or to configure SMTP details to this application. So how to configure SMTP to this application? Go inside this .env file again, scroll down, and here we can see that here we have mail_mailer, host, port, username and many more details. So again we have the article inside this blogging website. So what I will do, go and search here and type Laravel mail. If I press enter, scroll down, and here we can see that Laravel 8 send mail using Gmail SMTP server. So if I click on this article is totally from scratch. It means from installation up to application testing. If I scroll down, so to configure our application with the SMTP, we need to go inside this .env file and we need to set our details. Like here for the Gmail case, because actually we are using Gmail SMTP server, so in case of host means inside this variable we need to set this value called smtp.gmail.com. This is the port number, and inside this username and password you need to put your own SMTP details. So simply I will copy all these details, go here inside this editor, pasting it here, and now I am passing my own details right here inside this username and the password. And one more thing, that while configuring and setting your SMTP detail inside this application, also you can read this article as well, because this article is going to guide you about SMTP configuration in Laravel application. So after setting SMTP, now next we need to work with the email verification code. So simply I will go into search engine like Google and type email verification Laravel. So simply here we can see that we have the first link and the second link, which is coming from the official website called laravel.com. So I will click on this first link. This is all about 7.x, but we want something from 8.x because we are using Laravel 8. So we need to change here either manually inside this URL, or we need to select from this drop down as well. Now if I scroll down, this article is totally of email verification. This will help us to get all the complete details and the code of email verification. All we need to do, copy and paste in our application. So if I scroll down, here we have the model preparation. So simply we need to open user model, because by the help of user model we are going to authenticate the users inside our application. So if I back to editor, go inside this app, models, we need to open user.php, and inside this user.php, which is a model, we need to add this implements. It means must verify email is an interface. So I will copy that. I will copy this implements must verify email. After copy, back to editor. By default it has been imported here, and I'm going to add right here after this authenticable. So after adding this, next back to document, scroll down. Here inside this database already we have migrated. Go inside this routing section. This is all about we have now the email verification notice. So simply I will copy this code, back to editor, and this code belongs to our route file. So simply we need to open web.php file. So go inside routes folder, web.php, and inside this web.php I will add at the footer. In a second we will understand what basically these route means. If I back to this article, scroll down, now next we have email verification header. What I will do, simply I will copy this code right here from this route to this verification.verify. After copy, again I am pasting, and as we can see that we are getting a red color error. It means we need to import this package. So what I will do, simply I will copy this, we need to import this class, back to editor, and pasting at the footer, means at the header. Back to article. Next we have resenting the verification email. So I need to copy again this code, go here inside this web.php, pasting it here. Again we are getting request error. It means we need to import that. So here inside this documentation, again copy this line, go here and adding at the header. So successfully now we have copied and pasted all the routes what we got from this article. Now next, all we have done. And one more thing is that if we want to protect our routes from this email verification, it means before email verification, if we want to access any of the routes, we need to restrict those users. So for that we need to use verified middleware. So by default this verified middleware always integrated inside Laravel application. To cross verify, if I back to application, go inside app folder, http open kernel.php, and inside this file, as we can see that inside this route middleware array we are getting verified as a middleware name. So it is by default integrated. So what we want that before email verification, if anyone wants to access this dashboard route, then this route will not be accessible. So simply we need to copy that, go here and pasting it here. And one more change we will do that inside this email verify ID hash, means inside this route, means after email verification it will redirect to this home route. But as we can see inside this web.php, we don't have any home route. Instead, we have the dashboard. So simply I will copy, go and pasting it here. So after doing all these things, back to browser, again go here inside this application, reload this page. Now let's say that we are going to register a sample dummy user. So we want an email address, so that we will send our email verification to that email address. So for sample emails, we are using Mailnitor. So inside this Mailnitor, simply you need to type mailnitor.com, go here and type any name here. So let's say that we want to send email to a sample user. So simply I am typing sample here. So after typing sample, press enter. Right here, these dummy emails belongs to this user. Go here inside this application. Let's register a user called sample user. Email address something sample @mailnitor.com. This is the domain name of Mailnitor. So simply this is the name of the user. So here is the name and @mailnitor.com. So we type the password. So it is from 1 to 8. I am passing the dummy password from 1 to 8. So after filling all these informations, let's click on this register button. It will take some time because it is going to send an email to this email address. And as we can see that before going to the dashboard, now this is the step like email verification. Look at this route. We have email /verify. And this route actually we have copied and pasted inside this web.php, and right here as we can see that. So this is the first route which is responsible to sending email verification email to that registered user. If I back to Mailnitor, as we can see that we are getting this verify email address as a mail. Simply if I click on that, go here, and this is the by default template which has been used by Laravel to send a email verification. So if we closely look inside this like mail, here we have a button. Inside this button, look at the footer, actually what we are getting as a route. Or simply if I inspect this button, go here inside this source code. Inside this source code, as we can see that we are getting our local host email verify. Here we have the ID, and after that we have a hashed value. It means behind the scene this route actually using. Here we have the route as email verify. Here we have the ID and hash. Again, if you don't inspect this button, here we have the direct link, and inside this direct link as we can see localhost email verify. Here we have the ID and hashed value. So behind the scene, the first route will be used when we want to send an email verification mail. The second route will be used when we click on that link to actually verify our email address. So once we click on this link, simply it will go and verify our email address. After verification, it will redirect into this dashboard page. If suppose in some cases if we are not able to get this mail to verify our email address, again we have the option as resend verification email. So simply if I again click on this link, it is sending an email address. As we can see that the operation is in progress. After sending again back to Mailnitor, and as we can see that this email now we are getting. So before clicking on this button, again if we inspect this button, go here, and as we can see that this button is inside this form, and inside this form we have the action URL as email and verification notification. It means behind the scene that button actually using this route. So simply if I go here, let's click on that. And one more thing, before email verification, if we want to access this dashboard route, it's a dashboard, close this inspect, pressing enter. Now as we can see that automatically it will be direct to this route called email and verify. It means we are not able to open our dashboard page because dashboard page is protected from this verified middleware. So simply if I go and click on this link to verify our email address, so after verification automatically now it has been redirected into this dashboard route. So this is guys overall process, or let's say step-by-step tutorial to integrate email verification inside Laravel. So for this video session guys, thank you for watching and have a great day.